Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Riley Foster, Foster's Custom Steel. On the Mountain House side, I came up this Easter weekend. Was going to try to repair the plumbing. I think I did. I'm going to show that video first. And so I got all of this skinned back now. Nails are all removed so that we can come in and put new sheetrock up. I'm going to try very hard to keep that border around there. I did a pretty good job not skinning it up. But you know what, if it, one way or the other, if I have to, I'll put a new border on it. I don't want to, but right now it actually turned out pretty good. See my filthy, dirty handprints? That was yesterday morning when I covered the floor with vinyl. I hadn't got into this maybe a few minutes and realized it was coal dirt, coal dust on above the sheetrock, because this house is old and it used to have coal heat. There was a furnace in the basement and an auger that fed the coal into the furnace, and on top of that, when the guy delivered the coal, he would shoot it into the basement with a conveyor belt. So I couldn't finish the plumbing. The problem was there is where the sink stubs down, and I couldn't get the sink pedestal off the floor. I didn't have the tools. I'll bring them back in 2 weeks. The toilet, which is over there, is stubbed up to the upstairs, and the PEX pipe actually works out pretty good. I didn't need to do elbows and T. Well, I did one T, but didn't need to do elbows. It flexed nicely. That culprit right there, you see that styrofoam? That was letting cold air in on those pipes, and I think that's why it froze and burst this winter. I did not drain the hot water side, and that was the side that busted. So, lesson learned, but being I'm having to take the sheetrock out and get up in here and clean this up real good. I also discovered this electrical mess. Now again, this was put in here, I don't know when this house was wired, but I was born in '60, and I'm sure it had power then. So it looks bad. There's one wire coming in for power, one wire goes to the switch for that light, and then 4 wires go off of the receptacles. So that's how they did it back then. I've got an electrician buddy who's going to come up with me, Robert Lamar. If I can get his butt in gear and come up here with me, he can take care of the electrical, and we're going to try to put this sheetrock back and finish it in a couple of weeks. Again, I got it all skinned off, and I noticed, you see where I put that lag screw in? I put multiple lag screws across here. When my dad put this rough cut lumber in, what they did was they just took 20D nails. Now most of you might not know what a 20D nail is. It's a spike. And they just drove them directly vertical up into the floor joists, and that wasn't sufficient. Now it held for that entire time, but it was loose, and I went ahead and put lag screws with fender washers in multiple places and pulled that ceiling back up nice and tight, or that ceiling grid. So hopefully in a couple of weeks we're going to come back and get this done. But I will say one thing, I was so glad I brought this scaffolding with me. I could roll around up there without getting up and down on the ladder numerous amounts of times. So one of the things I'm going to do is to put the sheetrock up, I'm going to design a lift that fits on each side of this scaffolding, and I think that's going to be a pretty good design. I'm going to do a video on it later. If you guys like the content on these videos, give me a thumbs up and share it. Let your buddies know to check it out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a hand lift on one side. You lift it up and tighten a screw down and hold it against this top bar. Yeah, look at that. You think I don't need, I am not that dark of a man. You think I don't need a shower. So, hopefully in 2 weeks, I'm going to make this lift. Well, I'm going to make it when I get back to the house and bring it back up here in 2 weeks. And we can set the sheetrock up on top of the scaffolding, lift it straight up, nice and snug against the ceiling, walk around under it on the scaffold board, and shoot screws in it. That's going to save a bunch because it's not but 8 boards. I'm going to bring 9 or 10. I don't ever make mistakes, but somebody might. So, hey, you guys, again, like, share, and comment, and give me a thumbs up down there. Let me know you like the content. Remember to give thanks and always have a great day.